Alright guys, welcome back to another live stream here. I'm going to be answering your questions, helping you with any TV advice that you may need. Throat's a little sore today, so pretty much as usual. I'm expecting the cough to come back. It happens almost every live stream, but I am prepared today. You see, I have my trusty dusty tea. I'd be lying though if I told you it didn't feel like my throat was closing up on me, because that's totally what it feels like. So bear with me here, because it will be probably a bit of a process, but I hope you all are having a great evening. Again, I'm here to help you guys, so I like to do these live streams every Friday, usually between 7 p.m. through 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But again, we're just here to answer all the questions that you guys may have on these products that we do see. So make sure you drop your questions down below, and as you guys start asking questions, I'll start answering what I can. We are getting closer to the end of the year, to where again it's about time we do the ranked, kind of tier list, if you will, for all the televisions that I've seen so far this year, the top contenders, to help you before, kind of arming you before we get into the Black Friday season, so that you know, like, yay or nay for some of this. I saw some pretty interesting stuff. Walmart's making a lot of news, and that now they have a 70-inch television that's $450. So a lot of people are excited about it. The same, you can get the QLED variant for like $650, also a 70-inch, I believe. And that's for the ON brand, but nobody's heard of ON before. And frankly, I probably wouldn't buy that TV, but that's just me. But some people really just only need or care, like, about that size, or for that size, rather. And so for them, it might be a good deal. But for me, I don't know. I can't get past ON. What do you guys think? Alright. We've got Get Well Soon. Thank you for that. Bro, my allergies kicked in again. You said with the post-nasal drip. Yeah, those things are nasty, man. I had that for a while. Hell, that was the whole, like, first half of this year. I had, like, they call it a post-infectious cough or whatever it is, where you're not sick, but you're sick. It sucked. So, yeah. Still was dealing with that through the whole thing, and I don't know what it is. It's like almost reliably, like every time I like get out of a hurricane, I like come back with some sort of cold, even if I wasn't in the hurricane. I don't know if it's like the pressure drop, change in the environment, atmosphere. I don't know, but like I'm always sick after hurricanes. It's dog water. So yeah, I don't know, man. If you're in Florida, maybe it's something similar that you have. What price do you expect for the LG C2 77-inch for Black Friday? So here's what I'll do in real time. I'll pull this up and I'll see. Okay, so we're looking for the LG C2 and we are looking for the 77-inch, okay? So currently right now, the LG C2 is going for 77, or not 77, that'd be a ridiculous amount of money. It's a 77-inch going for $26.96, okay? Given the landscape, they usually don't see much. You probably might, if you're lucky, see it drop down to like, hell, $2,300, I think, would be the bare minimum lowest I've ever seen for Black Friday sales for these types of things, and that's if they're feeling extremely generous. But given the price, they probably might, put the original price point of $34.99 and say, oh man, huge savings, and put whatever percentage that, from the original price. One big thing that I do want to warn everybody, as again, we're in October now, and we're getting ready to kind of get towards the middle of October now. So talks again of Black Friday are going to ramp up. One thing to keep in mind, Black Friday is a scam. Now, at first I might say that, I might sound like a crazy person. You might be like, what the hell is this guy on about? But essentially, what they love to do, take screenshots now of all the TVs you like. Compare them on Black Friday, and you'll see all they literally do is compare MSRP to the sale price that we have right now. They don't really take the percentages off for a lot of the higher end products, and the only things that really get moved are like mid-range to like budget products that like didn't sell well throughout the year anyway. And so what they do is they'll be like, oh, okay, I've got this thing, let me sell it to you at a discount. Oh, Black Friday. Like, it's just them offloading their merch to clear inventory for the next year before the official inventory clearing So just keep that in mind as you're looking around, because like not everything is a deal. Now that doesn't mean deals don't exist. Totally, obviously you can find great deals, but I'm just saying, be like, keep an eye on them, because they're not necessarily out to save you money. They want your money, so just keep that in mind. We've got U8H or C1. I would say reliably, I would go with the LG C1. The U8H is an excellent television, but off angle, you're still not going to have that advantage. And honestly speaking, the C1's motion is way better than what Hisense is doing. Hisense has a problem where they almost add motion blur on everything. So when things start moving, it won't be uncommon to see, like, let's say a train moving across the screen. As the train moves, blur. It's motion blurring that is added on top of what the producers in Hollywood and whatever production studios add. It's pretty jarring, where LG doesn't do that. And what I really like about LG with the C1 particularly, again, this is assuming you can still find one, because they are clearanced out from a lot of retailers. But if you can find one, definitely run, don't walk, run to grab one, because it's the TV to get for the best bang for buck. Because simply put, like, you're just not finding better. You're just not. Not even the brand new C2 beats it. And I've compared it, and I'm telling you, it's great. But no, I like that the C2, with their motion presets, they tend to really stick to what they're supposed to do. If you like hyper-realism, they have that. If you like super cinematic, they have that. Like, anything that you want from a motion perspective, they have. And the picture quality, yes, it's not as good as my Samsung Quantum Dot OLED, but it also honestly doesn't need to be, because it's its own thing, right? And I think, like, being realistic, it's not going to cost you as much. And I think you can save some money, get damn good picture, better than most things. And as I said in my prior video a couple days ago, the LED market is pretty much ruined by OLEDs. You are not going to find a quality set for what an OLED would cost, because pretty much all the big players already dipped their toe in the OLED water, saw the money, and they're not walking away. They've already invested too much. You've got Samsung closing down LED, production lines. I mean, everybody's really just saying, you know what, go OLED or get a cheap TV. That's really the messaging and the signaling that we've seen time and time again. So I think it's going to become more of like, they're ramping up like budget OLEDs. Like I said, with like the A series from LG, best believe many other brands are going to follow suit in the next coming years, because that's what they want to bet they want to bet on OLED. Now, I'm going to be a little bit of a conspiracy theorist here, just for a second, and kind of give my, I guess, opinion or take as to why I think that is. I think the reason everyone is betting on OLED is because we've seen this trend in the TV market, right, where we hold on to TVs for 10 years, some people upwards of 15 years, I've heard 20 years in some cases, wild, right? But that doesn't make them any money. So OLED, by nature, it does diminish with time. Yeah, it doesn't happen immediately, but I've already got dead pixels after, what, 4 or 5 years on my Sony? Not even. I think it was like after 3.5, 4 years on my Sony from 2019, my A8G. I mean, already, like a bunch of dead pixels, right? So with time, these things degrade, and they degrade faster than LEDs. They just do. So I think by putting that product out there that dies faster, it guarantees a return customer a lot sooner, versus putting a forever product out there that, you might not see that customer for another 15 years. That doesn't make them any money, and of course, they like their money. So I don't know if you guys play games at all. Most of you guys probably are gamers, right? Because I look at the analytics, and most of you guys in this community, age group, I think, is like 30 to 34. That's the average age group here. So 25, I think, to 34 or something like that. It's pretty cool. But either way, if you're a gamer, you probably saw that Sony's planning to come out with a cheaper PlayStation, and they're basically, apparently, again, I don't know how true this is. I haven't really looked a whole lot into it. I've just heard about it from news articles here and there, touch and go stuff. But apparently it's going to be a PS Digital with an optional disk drive that you can attach to it, of course, for an additional charge. But again, smaller heat sink and things like that, so it's going to be more expensive for you, the consumer, and a bunch of other regions, because they raised the price of PlayStation 5, but it's going to be a lesser PlayStation than what people got price gouged and bought early, paid for. So I think, again, this is just kind of like one of those major anti-consumer things that Sony has been doing lately. But all companies are like this. And the reason I bring this up is because as we're talking about TVs, it's really no different. It's a market, right? And so the market is about making products, and so I think we're going to see an increase in OLED. Very long-winded way to say that, but there you have it. Okay, so get well soon. I appreciate that, Enoch. Thank you, brother. I know it's not, or I know not your favorite TV, but if I subscribe, do you have settings for the Q90R HDR gaming settings? Unfortunately, I no longer have anything Q90R, so I can't really help there. Will you get into reviewing computer monitors? Not likely. I don't really like being the bearer of bad news, and all I would probably end up doing is kicking a hornet's nest of PC gamers that care about other aspects. See, I'm one of those guys that really like display fidelity. I'm all about picture quality first and foremost as a TV guy. So to hop into a space where I'm primarily reviewing monitors, I would be breaking people's hearts left and right, telling them your IPS monitor is trash, it doesn't have quantum dots, you're overpaying when you get mini LED by thousands of dollars. It's stupid. Just buy an OLED 48-inch or 42-inch. Don't waste your money, right? And I would be breaking hearts left and right. So I genuinely don't think anybody in the PC monitor space would appreciate it, so I wouldn't waste my time with it. And then also, I've tried to review monitors before, and the interest just isn't there. Nobody shows up to watch those videos because it's just kind of like, we're TV guys. We don't really care about monitors because we kind of already know that. Not crapping on you or anything. I'm just saying, generically, as a broad general thing, we usually know, monitors are way behind TV tech for some reason. Even though they're smaller screens, they usually cost more when they do the same thing. So it's the weirdest thing. So is Hisense U6G 65-inch for $413 a good deal? Absolutely, it's worth it, definitely. I think, again, you want to make sure you curb those expectations. Don't expect inky deep black levels like you would find on their step up models like the U8G or something like that, but it'll get you by for sure. And again, for $400, it's not a bad deal at all. Good luck finding something better. What's good, Ray? What's up, man? You said what's up, brother? Nothing much, man. I love the LED lights in the background in your room. What manufacturer do you use? So, I don't know if you guys saw, well, not you guys, but I have a playlist, and it's called Collaboration Work. So, if you don't know this and you're watching this channel, maybe you're new here or something like that, because we are surprisingly seeing an influx of 100 new people a day. And so it is something that not everybody will know, but we do have playlists. And so I categorize everything from TV reviews, settings, all this stuff. The big one, for your question, collaboration work. So what I do is I kind of show you when I find a product that I like, either I reach out to a company or they reach out to me and I believe in the product, I'll show you guys and say, hey, look at this cool thing. Now, at face value, we're TV guys. So usually those videos, they don't really do the best, but at the end of the day, you guys, some of you guys appreciate it and get to learn about some of the stuff I do. And if you see some of my old works on there, I talk about the Lyra lamp, which is there, the Glide, which is up here. So those are the two things that I mostly have in the background. Of course, it's all GoV. I really honestly love GoV. I think it's a great brand as far as the lights and stuff like that. Now, their ropes, and they're, just the regular LED strips, they're not durable. So I think having them for years now, especially on my desk, they tend to tear and rip. So the silicone, it gets weak and it rips. That's not ideal. So obviously that's a conversation to be had there. But as far as how I use them, I'm just throwing it in the back of a desk, or I'm just using video lighting to accent stuff. I really couldn't care one way or another kind of thing. So in that aspect, that's the company that I use. So there you have it. I mean, a lot of people love these kinds of lights. I think they're really cool. And nice ambient accenting lights and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I use, man. Do you think Sony should have used HDR 10 Plus codec? Go with quantum dots for the A95K? I think they could have. Maybe they should have, but who's to know? I can't really say if they should have done something. I mean, because I'm going to be very honest, I don't believe in HDR. I think HDR is kind of meh. And so I don't put a lot of stock in it because I've been disappointed to where, the menus, for example, it's my biggest pet peeve. I'll watch an HDR movie, I'll pull up the menu to skip a chapter, and it's all the colors are just off. It's washed out, it's not properly adjusted to real HDR. It's not converted, whatever you want to call it. So that gets annoying, and then of course it varies too much. So I don't know. I feel like HDR it's overhyped. It really is. Like, that's why nobody is selling TVs off of HDR anymore. What are they on to now? Quantum dot OLEDs, right? Because they know, like, if they just say HDR, nobody's gonna bite anymore, because people already kind of are tipped off to the fact that HDR was like a major gimmick that pretty much everybody bought, and not a lot of people are happy. Because first the argument was, buy HDR, you have a better TV. Then it goes from buy an HDR TV that has, you know, more nits to now, well, now it's the studios, now some things are fake HDR, and the truth about HDR slowly started coming out little by little the more people started to use it. And again, the bigger guys started following suit, but from day one, I have been that guy that has been like, guys, like, this is a scam. Like, it is not what they say it is. It's trash. It's garbage. And, like, if you look up HDR versus SDR, I'm basically one of the only people whistleblowing against it. Because, I mean, I get it. It doesn't make money. Like, you're kind of... You as a consumer, right? Like, we're all consumers, but, like, you as a consumer, right? You're in a nasty place with corporations, because, like, all your main job is to consume until you die. Like, that's what they want. They want you to look at things. They want you to believe what you're told. They want you to walk the straight and narrow. And then if you don't, they don't need you. They can delete your Amazon review, your Best Buy review, whatever. And so people like me who talk about products that are sold off of major scams, like, again, HDR, when it doesn't really do much, that kind of content, people like feel-good content. They like you to smile, be bubbly, put on a show. Hi guys, how's it going? Isn't life amazing? Oh man, like, that's what they really like. And I can't be that, because I'm a realist. I've had way too many harsh experiences with these products where they die on me, where customer service is nasty to me, they won't help. Like, and then you're there having spent your hard-earned money, and we work hard for our money, man. Like, as people, we do. And especially now, and it's like, I just don't want anyone that's like me to be put out. So I do this channel as more like a service to say, hey, listen, like, I got you. Like, all day, every day, I'll level with you guys. I tell you guys in every video, I have a service, like $5, join for my settings. I'll hook you up, bro. 1 month, I'll give you all the settings I create within that month. Now, obviously, this month has been slow because we just got hit with a hurricane and we're trying to get back to normal for some things and shit. But, like, for the most part, I usually pump out a bunch of settings and stuff like that, and I've got like the A80K arriving, and I'm going to do settings on that. I got the C1 settings for HDR, by the way, I haven't forgot about you guys, still working on them actively, things like that. The movie mode settings for the S95B that are slated to be released this week, stuff like that. But the point is, like, I try to get around this, like, greedy market that, like, looks at you like a number, and I try to say, hey, listen, all right, bro, I got you. They want 500 just to calibrate one of your picture modes. I'll do it for $5. Just throw me a cup of Joe, like, all day. Because I know the business very well, and you're not going to trick somebody that knows what they're doing. And I know that if enough people see what I can do, they're not going to waste... Why would you pay the price of a new TV for a guy that thinks he's better than you because, what, he can adjust white balance to a computer software specification? And I tell you guys about technical accuracy versus perceptual accuracy all the time, because it matters. It really does. Because that's the difference, like... When you look at it, it's dim, it's dark, it looks like it has jaundice, it's ugly, and you're like, wow, this isn't what I thought, but alright, if it's accurate, I guess I'll rock with it. Then, many of these same people come on years later sometimes, they'll be like, alright, I'll give it a shot. They try my settings, blown away, didn't even know it's the same TV. They feel like they've bought a new TV. I've seen those comments thousands of times at this point. And I do that because I genuinely know, like, you're being tricked. It's a part of the scheme. I don't know why people are selling you on that picture quality, but they're doing it. So I counter that by saying, hey, if you want excellent picture settings, I got you, bro. And so, of course, the people who want to make money off of the calibration game and hundreds and thousands of dollars at a time, I'm an engineer of 50 years, 30 years. Of course, they're going to chime in. They're going to have opinions about me. I really don't care. But I do this to help you guys, because I know for a fact you're not going to find anybody that's giving you my quality for $5. Hell, they can't even match my quality. They try, but they fail miserably, like time and time again. Like, I've seen it. It's kind of sad, actually, but it is what it is. But again, that's not like a tooting of my own horn. It's just to say, like, I get you guys. Like, I get what the whole market is all about and shit like that, and trying to make things that are affordable for us because we deserve it. So that's a very long-winded way to answer your question, but, you know. Okay, we've got, hey, maybe this is a stretch, but do you still do, okay, long day, okay, do you still do settings for the Samsung KS8000? It's not a stretch. I actually still own that TV. So What I tell all my guys, like, if I have the television, I do what's called lifetime support. So as long as it's one, if it's one that I personally own, I got you. I can easily do settings or whatever. Like, I can help you. So like, that's not a problem there. And I do have settings that I got quite the backlog, I think, on that particular TV. You said, I know all this new TVs are great, but I can't seem to let go of my KS8000 just yet. There's really nothing wrong with not being able to let go of your KS8000. And so I think, honestly, that's wonderful. But I do have a good backlog of stuff, so you should be good there. It really all just depends on, I would say, how much of the TV that you're willing to compromise on versus the newer stuff. Because again, you say you can't let go of it, that's perfectly fine. I've got a ton of settings that'll help you keep it relevant. So as far as new settings goes, it depends on if I do a comparison, which isn't very likely, but I do from time to time stop in and do support for it and stuff like that. So it's random. It really just does depend. Right now, again, I've got so many settings to put out from the S95B, the C1, the A80K, so it's a lot. So definitely trying to help you guys with that. Let's see what we got here. We got, what does that say? I don't know. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, that doesn't matter. I get all these notes and stuff from my lovely missus, but I don't ever remember to act on some of this stuff, so let's see. What's up, Q? Hope all is good after the hurricane. It is, all is well. You said need some help looking for a 75-inch for the family, for your family room with a bunch of windows. Your budget is like $3,000. I mean, honestly, I would go with an LG C1 or a C2. They're below that, and honestly, I would just do that. That's probably like, just do it. It's probably the best bet at this point. But alright guys, I'm going to wrap up this live stream. I've got some stuff I've got to take care of on my end. I appreciate you guys. I thank you for stopping by tonight. If you guys have questions, make sure you stop by again next week, 7 p.m. through 8 p.m. Usually I just say 7 p.m. because you never know. But I'll do what I can to answer more of your questions. If you missed this live stream, come back Friday, 7 p.m. I got you. And again, questions. And don't forget, guys, we're starting back up with the Pumpkin Gang, so it'll be fun for you guys who become members or whatever. I usually like to hand out these nifty little things for you guys. So we've officially started the October Pumpkin Gang again. But that's pretty much it for this week's live stream. I know there was a lot of questions I really couldn't get to this week, but I do have to take care of something. So I do appreciate you guys for stopping in. I hope all is well with you guys, and I want to thank you for watching the #1 brand in honesty and another live stream. And until the next time, I'll see you guys later.